up, guys? Back again. You think it's too high? You think it's too high?
Nah.
No? Okay.
You're just short.
Alright. Valid.
Yep.
We're back again, and this is our Tennessee Vols weekly check-in. Old news is, we smacked Kentucky, 40-46. I'm just going to say this, don't talk about our defense anymore. Yes, our defense may be weak, but they looked elite versus Will Levis. Will Levis is mid, and he's a little bit overrated.
About to say, it is Will Levis, so.
But that's the past, and we're here to talk about the future. So I thought we had been through this already. I thought that Tennessee versus Alabama would be the biggest game in college football this season. But 3 weeks later, Tennessee is playing in part 2 of the biggest game in college football this season.
Number 1 versus number 2.
Number 1 versus number 2, Georgia, Tennessee. Big game. Most likely, 99% chance the winner of this game is going to Atlanta. SEC championship, the stakes between the hedges. So let's just dive into it. What are your initial thoughts on the game?
It's tough because Georgia has a good defense.
Valid.
We got the best offense in college football.
Yes, we do.
We have an okay defense. They have an okay offense. So it's like, it's really going to come down to who gets more stops. I mean, I guess that you could say that about every game, but I think it's going to be that. You don't think it's going to be that close. I think it's going to be closer than you think.
Well, yeah, let's
But I think it's going to be who gets not the last stop, but like second to last stop. I think it's what it's going to come down to.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's get into that. So, I don't think it's going to be a close game. Really kind of either way, right? Because here's how I look at it. Let me start off with this. If Tennessee can turn this game into a track meet like they want to, a track meet / shootout, then Tennessee will win this game by 14 points. And I'm not saying that to get views. I'm saying that because I really believe that. Especially like if Tennessee can turn it into the game that they want to play, which is a shootout, then Tennessee will win this game by 14 points. And Georgia will be able to keep up for a little bit because Georgia, they're the number 1 team in America for the country. I mean, for a reason. So it's not just, this, that. Georgia's a good team. But Stanton Bennett cannot keep up with Hendon Hooker.
No.
It's just not going to happen. So I could see a shootout going through quarters 1, quarter 2, maybe even through quarter 3 because Bennett is having a very improved season. But Bennett is not going to be able to keep up with Hendon Hooker for the whole game. So I do believe if Tennessee can turn it to their game, the shootout, Tennessee wins by 14 plus.
I can see that.
Now, we're in trouble if Georgia's able to slow this game down, run the ball, take time off the clock, and keep our offense off the field, then Tennessee is in trouble, and I could see Tennessee losing by 14 points.
No, I'm sorry. This right here, Jair and Stefan is like Josh Norman and Odell 2.0.
We like that. We like fights.
Stefan was on the ground and Jair did a little seatbelt. That was kind of disrespectful. But sorry to interrupt. I thought it was funny.
It was football related. It's all fine.
Yeah.
It's all fine. But if Georgia can slow this game down and keep our offense off the field, then I can also see them winning by 14 points. But not to sound cocky, because as a Vol fan, I've been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was there when we lost to Georgia State and BYU back-to-back. I was there when we've given up leads. I've been there through the good times, the high times. I've seen the Vols rise and I've seen the Vols crumble. So I'm always a little paranoid when it comes to the Vols.
Gabe Davis didn't get ejected, did he?
That's your fantasy guy?
Yeah.
Tough.
I was going to lose anyways.
I've seen the Vols rise and I've seen them crumble. But where I'm not worried is this offense, this team feels different. You know, like, I'm not one of those cocky Vol fans just because I've seen them lose to Georgia State, right? I'm starting to feel a little cockiness coming on.
Oh, God.
And it's well-earned, well-deserved. I don't think you have enough defensive backs to stop Hyatt, Tillman, Keaton, and Brew McCoy. I just don't think you. And if you, what are you gonna do? Run zone, and then Tennessee will run on you all day because Tennessee likes to run the ball.
Yeah.
Or what are you gonna do?
Whether it was with Hendon or yeah.
Run man. You're not putting. Nobody is guarding Hyatt on an island.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing about Tillman.
I mean, that's why he got 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns in one game, was because every time they tried to put somebody on him, he's just so quick. He's behind you before you can blink. Like,
exactly.
I think I need the Titans to draft him.
I was gonna say that in the last pod, but I didn't want everybody to think I was just a homer. Could you imagine Hyatt with Malik?
But it's again though, he's not gonna get used right, and it's gonna be a waste of his career.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I mean, it's just true.
But I'm just.
Oh, I'm being too realistic. What was I supposed to break? Wait, Detroit is only 1-1?
Yeah, Detroit sucks.
I don't think they suck though. I just don't think they can close. And I think that's
valid.
mainly because
That's
of Jared
valid.
Goff. Okay, enough about the NFL. We're talking college.
Well, I'm excited about this game. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't.
We got a good slate of games coming up this weekend.
We do.
We got Georgia and then Kansas City right after. I might be off for both, but
Look at you. Look at you. So do you have anything you want? I know you're not the biggest college guy.
yeah,
But anything that you want to add about this Georgia team?
not really. No, to be honest. I mean, like, have they who have they beaten that is ranked or was ranked?
Oregon.
That's it.
That's the list.
Because I have trouble when they lose. How many people they lose? Like 9 on just defense.
Yeah.
I have trouble because obviously if you win the national title, you're gonna be ranked high. Do you think, okay, here's what I read. Do you think the only reason we're not number 1 is because we started at 26?
I think yes, but it's also a mixture, right? Like we started at 26 and everybody claims SEC bias. That's not it. So we started at 26 and it's just like nobody knows when to really take us serious.
Yeah.
And I'll give you that. We beat 4 ranked teams, but I did think after Bama people would start like, and they have started taking us serious.
But people really thought we was going to lose to Kentucky.
You did.
Yeah.
But now you have the opportunity to take it out of everybody's hands.
Uh-huh.
If you beat Georgia, you're obviously number 1. If you beat Georgia, even without Georgia, you just like, I sound like a fake fan for saying this. It's not the end of the world if Tennessee loses this game to me. Because, yes, you will be out of the SEC championship. Okay? That's another loss that you can avoid. Say if you lose to Georgia, right? They're the number 1 team, you're the number 2 team. Maybe you fought a 6, maybe you fought a 7. So by the time...
Do you really think we'd fall that low?
Just because we're Tennessee, I could see it.
I could see, yeah.
But I wouldn't be
But
mad.
I don't think we would.
I wouldn't be mad if we fell to 6 or 7. Because, right? Here's the thing. If you lose to Georgia, here's why it's not the end of the world. Vol fans, come dive into my head. Because I was talking to somebody at work, right? Lose to Georgia, you don't go to the SEC championship. If you go to the SEC championship, then you're most likely playing Bama. I'm sorry. I love the Vols. You're not beating Bama twice. I just don't see that, right? So then that's your 1 loss. But you have built this. You don't need this game if you're Tennessee. If you're Georgia, you need this game. Tennessee has 5 ranked wins without Georgia. Their resume is checking out. Check, 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 check. Georgia, your resume is your resume is not that good. So if you're Tennessee, hypothetically, say you lose. Say you drop 6, 7, worst case 8. Well, then you got to look at some of the teams ahead of you. Well, you beat Alabama. So if that comes into the college football playoffs, you beat Alabama, the only thing that they might have over you is an SEC championship. Mm-hmm. Now, if you come to the tiebreaker with Georgia, then you're a little concerned. You're a little worried. Ohio State and Michigan still have to play each other. Michigan has Illinois on the schedule. That's a ranked team. I see Michigan struggling.
Illinois has a great defense.
Exactly. I see Michigan struggling with that game. Say Michigan wins. Well, then they play Ohio State the next week. Well, Illinois is going to be there in that Big Ten championship game. So the winner of that's waiting on that game. Only way the Big 12 gets in is if TCU goes undefeated.
TCU is going wild.
I think Texas and Quinn Ewers gets TCU. That takes care of that box. Clemson, I'm going to say it now. I think Clemson loses to Notre Dame next week. Is the game next week? I think the game is next week. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's next week. But even if it's not, I think Clemson loses to Notre Dame. Notre Dame is finally looking like the Notre Dame of old. Check that off, right? So now you're back to where you started without having to play in the SEC championship. So don't get me wrong, UT fans. I want to win this game. Our season doesn't depend on it.
But it's a lot easier path if we win.
A lot easier path if we win. A lot more fun if we win.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I really want to win this game. But I'm not going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Because if you're Tennessee,
Still
yes,
a shot.
you want this game, but you don't need this game. So that's another reason. College players, they don't pay attention to that.
Uh-huh.
But there's somebody in that just put all this together that knows you don't need this game. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying because Hendon's not thinking about that, Tillman's not thinking about that, Hyatt's not thinking. Nobody is thinking that far ahead. Mm-hmm. They're all thinking, let's get this game won. But if you're a fan, you can't help but think that far ahead. Tennessee does not need this game. That's just it. I still think Tennessee gets this game. I have a confidence in Tennessee that I haven't had in a minute.
Well, it's because if you look at every Tennessee sport, it's we win when we shouldn't and we lose when we should.
Valid. So
you just like, we were talking about Kentucky kind of felt like a trap game. I had a weird pit in my stomach. I'm like, damn, I don't know. I don't know. And it's just like, when we played the Jets last year, the Titans, when they played the Jets last year, that's when it started because I thought, oh yeah, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. Drop to the Jets. Lose one to Houston. I'm like, ooh, why? Why we do this? Why we do this?
But
it's starting to feel different now.
I was going to say, like, I don't want to sound like a broken tape when I say this. It feels different. Like, I have a confidence in the Vols that I haven't had in a long time. I'm just like, oh, they got this. And I believe they do. I believe the Vols beat Georgia by 14. If we can turn it into a shootout, which I believe we'll be able to turn it into a shootout. The only thing that scares me is the game is in Athens. But Hendon's been in college for 6 years. Our team is an old team. They're old. We got a lot of super seniors, COVID rules, graduate transfers. We got that. So I believe you can't be ready for Athens, right? But I believe they'll be as ready as you can be. And I just don't have that faith in Stetson Bennett to match up against Hendon Hooker touchdown for touchdown. Mm-hmm. Now, if Georgia can take the game out of Stetson's hands, and if Georgia's defense can stop Tennessee, then yeah, Georgia has a great chance of winning, and I'll eat my words. I'm not scared to come on the internet and say I was wrong, but the thing is I won't be wrong. Let me slow down. I might be wrong. But I haven't been wrong yet. Haven't been wrong yet.
About college.
There you go. Okay. I've been wrong about the Titans.
Yeah.
I've been wrong about them.
Like,
nah.
You can see that in the other pod.
But about the Vols, I haven't been wrong yet. It's just because this team is different. There I go saying the same thing again. But I'm excited. Used to I'd be scared for games like this. I'm excited because I believe my quarterback is better than any quarterback in the country. I believe I have the best receiver in the country. Then somewhere down the line, I have another top 5 receiver in the country. And then our offensive line, they're protecting Hooker. Mm-hmm. This team is just, they got that dog in them. You see that play words? They got that dog in them. Vols by 14, 45-31.
I think it'll be high 40s. Not high 40s, mid 40s. Mid to low 40s. I'm not going to give a specific because once you get up there, you're just like, just 40. I don't know. Because I can't add 7 and I can't add 3s and there's so many. I just going to say 40s. Somewhere in there.
Yep. That's our pregame review. A little short. That's how we like it, short and sweet. Y'all make sure dropping a bunch of videos this week. Tune in, watch them all. Can't thank y'all enough for their support. It means a lot. Yeah.
Subscribe, like, and comment.
We getting views. We're getting views, but y'all not subscribing.
You gotta interact.
Like that shit. Interact with us. We're nice people. We talk back.
Just don't catch me. Don't talk crap about my Titans on Instagram because I might get real disrespectful. That's the only thing. I try to collect myself, but I'm ride or die by this team, and I don't take it. I don't take it.
But yeah, y'all interact, and you might even get a vlog this week at the watch party. Who knows? We've been in our bag with videos lately. We're going to continue. We're really excited about this. So y'all stay tuned. Lock in, comment, subscribe. Go follow the TikTok. That's been getting a lot of views too. Thank y'all for that too. We really don't take y'all for granted. We appreciate all the love. We're out.